Thank you very much. The polling agents of the 73 political parties that sponsored candidates in the 2019 presidential elections, our national and international observers, members of the diplomatic corps, my colleagues, the chairmen of electoral commissions from different parts of the world, the media, national and international, representatives of the various security agencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, I welcome you all to the formal opening of the 2019 Presidential Elections Results Collation Center. As we commence the opening formalities of the process of collation of results of the presidential election, it is my duty to explain the procedure and set the ground rules to govern proceedings as follows. 1. All accredited polling agents, observers, the media, the diplomatic community, and security agencies should adhere to the sitting positions assigned to them. 2. Results for each state of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory shall be presented by the State Collation Officer for the presidential election, SCOPE, who also served as the Collation Officer at state and FCT levels. 3. After collecting the results at state level, the SCOPE shall be accompanied to Abuja by the resident electoral commissioner and security agencies. 4, on arrival at the collection center, the SCOPE shall be received by the collation secretariat, which shall organize the sequence of presentation. Everything is going to be done in this hall. The collation secretariat, which I head, is not in any room in this building. If you look at the extreme right, you will see a table there. That is the collation secretariat. So on arrival, the scopes will be received in the open, and people will know who has arrived, and the responsibility of the secretariat is just to organize the sequence of presentation by the scope. At the extreme end of the hall, you see there are black leather chairs. That will be the holding area for our resident electoral commissioners and the scopes when they arrive for the presentation of results. 5, the returning officer, that is myself, shall invite the scope accompanied by the rec to the seat provided for the presentation of result. And by my left, there is a table there covered in white cloth. There are 2 chairs, one for the scope, the other one for the resident electoral commissioner. The scope will make his or her presentation. From that table, the results from the state will be announced loudly for all of you to hear. 6, the scope, following the format for the presentation of results, shall announce the votes scored by each political party in the state, including reports of cancellations and areas where elections did not hold, if any. 7, the returning officer then invites comments and observations, if any, from the polling agents. Number 8, the returning officer requests the scope to hand over the original copy of Form EC8D. Number 9, when all the scopes have presented their results, the returning officer shall display the sealed copies of the result sheets. EC8DA, which is the summary of results of elections on state-by-state basis. The EC8E, the declaration of results of the elections. And EC40G3, which is the summary of registered voters in polling units where elections were cancelled or not held. 10, the returning officer then completes from EC8D and announce the votes scored by each party, and thereafter invites the polling agents to endorse the forms. 11, the returning officer then completes EC40G3 and compares it with Form EC8DA to ascertain if any of the candidates has satisfied the requirements of the law to proceed with declaration. 12, if satisfied, the returning officer completes Form EC8E and makes a declaration of winner. And 13, the returning officer invites polling agents to receive duplicate copies of Forms EC8DA and EC8E. From today, the Collation Center, which is this very hall, is hereby declared open until the final determination of the 2019 presidential elections. During the course of proceedings, there may be interlude or adjournments. This will be announced by the returning officer as the need arises. At the moment, no scope is around. Some of them are expected tonight. Accordingly, proceedings are hereby adjourned. We will reconvene at 11 a.m. tomorrow, Monday, 25th February 2019, for the collation of results. I thank you all, and good night.